Menopause is a natural stage of life for all women, but unfortunately, it comes with some side effects that are not all that favorable. Low energy, hot flashes, and of course, weight gain. So why does this happen? And what can you do to combat the weight gain that many women in this phase face? Weight loss needs to be approached differently for women in menopause, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a certified health and nutrition coach. I post new videos twice a week here on YouTube talking all things insulin resistance, weight loss, sleep, and more. So if you're ready to take control of your metabolic health, make sure to click that subscribe button. And you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram where I share new posts every single day. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. For everything from websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that does it all. Head to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate to start your free trial today. Now, as I said at the start of this video, menopause is a natural stage of life. It usually occurs between the ages of 40 to 60 and begins when a woman doesn't have a menstrual cycle for a full year. Side effects of menopause include hot flashes, mood swings, poor sleep, brain fog, and changes to the metabolism resulting in weight gain or difficulty losing weight. And it's this impact on metabolism that we're going to be focusing on today. So we're going to be starting off talking about the hormonal changes and how these impact our metabolism. And then I'm going to be giving you 4 actionable steps you can take to make weight loss easier. So what's happening to the body when you're going through menopause? Well, the process of menopause actually begins in our 30s. Around this time, estrogen and progesterone start to decline, and they continue to decline until menopause. Although they will fluctuate up and down from day to day, if we zoom out, we see them steadily declining. And lower estrogen levels are one of the reasons that women see weight gain during menopause. Estrogen plays an important role when it comes to hunger signaling. Leptin is the hormone that signals your body that you are full, and low levels of estrogen can cause us to become leptin resistant. During menopause, it can be difficult to tell when you're truly full. And of course, this might cause you to eat more food beyond your energy needs and lead to weight gain. But this isn't the only disturbance that low estrogen causes. Now, you guys who have been around for a while will know that I talk a lot about insulin resistance on my channel, and it also comes into play during menopause. Estrogen has a key role regulating insulin in the body. So when it's low, this naturally causes us to become more insulin resistant. And this can explain why weight gain when we hit menopause comes so suddenly. Insulin is literally known as the fat storage hormone because when insulin is high, our bodies are storing fat. And when our cells are resisting insulin, our levels tend to rise. So if you have any level of insulin resistance going into menopause, it's only going to compound. So even if you didn't have an issue with your weight beforehand, you might have one now. And the last component to why we gain weight is because there's a decline in muscle mass. Muscle uses energy, so when we have less muscle mass, our metabolic rate declines. So what can we do to combat weight gain and actually lose weight if we need to during this time? I have 4 really easy steps I'm going to share with you. Number 1 is to eat enough protein. Now, you guys who have been watching me for a while will know how important protein is, and it is especially important for menopausal women. As we already discussed, we lose muscle mass as we age. And getting enough high-quality protein in our diet is vital for maintaining our muscle mass and building more. Protein also kills cravings, and this is important because, as we already discussed, menopausal women can have increased appetites. I always recommend aiming for at least 30 grams of protein at every meal. Ideally, animal-based protein sources are best, so beef, chicken, eggs, these are all great. These are complete protein sources, and they will help us to maintain muscle and kill our cravings, as we've already discussed. Tip number 2 is to focus on sleep. Now, I know that some women do have trouble sleeping during this time, but it really is important to try to prioritize it as much as you can. Because even just one night of poor sleep can negatively impact the hormones we've already discussed in this video. Insulin increases and blood sugar levels are higher. Leptin increases, making us hungrier, and ghrelin decreases, making it harder to tell when we're full. And all of these can contribute to weight gain and make weight loss even more difficult. Now, I also have a bunch of videos on my channel on things you can do to improve your sleep. These are really simple hacks that anyone can do. Most of them don't even cost anything at all. So I'm gonna link that video up above if you want to know more. Now, before I get into the final 2 steps on what you can do to combat weight gain during menopause, I'm quickly gonna tell you about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform for all of your online business needs. Beyond allowing you to build and customize a website, you can also manage a mailing list, send out email campaigns, host an online store, and accept transactions. And that's just scratching the surface. I've been using Squarespace for years, ever since I first launched my online coaching business, and I can't recommend it enough. You can give it a try by heading to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate. I'll put that link in the description box down below. You can start a free trial there without having to enter your credit card details or anything. And when you love it and decide to launch, you can use code HealthCoachKate to save 10% off your first order. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Tip number 3 is to be smart about your carbs. Understanding how certain foods impact our metabolism is vital, and especially when it comes to carbohydrates. Different foods impact our hormones differently. Foods high in carbohydrates, and especially refined ones, require a lot of the hormone insulin in order to process. And as we already discussed, when we have low estrogen, as is the case during menopause, it is harder for our bodies to regulate insulin. So being smart about carbohydrates is important. One example of how to do this is not eating your carbohydrates in isolation or naked. Instead, pair them with protein and fat. So try to avoid eating a banana alone, for example, and instead pair it with some nut butter. Reducing carbs can also be an effective strategy. Some women choose to reduce their carbohydrates to under 100 grams in a day, and some women choose to reduce them to under 50 grams in a day. For a lot of women, they find this makes it easier to maintain their weight and even lose weight. But if you're not ready to reduce them, just being smart about them can make a huge difference. And finally, number 4 is to build muscle. So skip the cardio. It can actually be counterproductive to insulin resistance and weight loss, and lift some weights instead. Even body weight exercises can make a big difference. Now, the key here is that if you want to build muscle, you need to be eating enough protein, which takes us back to tip number 1. Ideally, you want to be aiming for 1 gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight, and you want to eat that within a day. So if your ideal body weight is 130 pounds, for example, you want to be eating at least 130 grams of protein. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Now, I want to hear from you guys. If you are currently going through menopause, let me know in the comment section down below what your experience has been. Have you gained weight since hitting menopause? Have you had difficulty losing weight? Let me know down below. And also, before you go, don't forget to check out Squarespace. If you did enjoy this video, you might also enjoy my video on sleep, which I mentioned earlier. You can check it out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it here. And if you want to check out my coaching programs, including my 7-day insulin resistance masterclass, which you might find helpful during menopause, you can find it here. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.